Morning class. My name is Tushar Kapoor. I am your biology teacher. First of all, welcome to class 9. Today we will start our chapter that is improvement in food resources. So, do you know what resources actually are? I think you know. Resources are the things that have utility or that we can utilize. So, is food also a type of resource? Yes, food is also a type of resource as it serves various functions for us, like it helps in growth, body repair, and various other functions. So, the food resources are generally of two types that are plant based food products and animal based food products. Today we will discuss about food based food based on plants and their products. So, why do we need food? We need food to get nutrients. Nutrients like carbohydrates. From where do we get carbohydrates? I think you all know that we get carbohydrates from wheat, rice, maize, millets, sorghum. Why do we need carbohydrates? Carbohydrates are required because they provide us energy. If we talk about protein, then we get protein from gram, pea, black gram, green gram, pigeon pea, lentils, and why do we require proteins? We require proteins because they act as bodybuilding substances. Then we also require fats. Fats provides us reservoir for energy and we get fats from soybean, groundnuts, sesame, castor, mustard, linseed, sunflower. Also there are various other sources. Now if we talk about minerals and vitamins, these are also essential and I think you all know that we eat fruits, vegetables and various spices to get vitamins and minerals, which are also essential for us. Now we have talked why do we require all these things, but what does crops require in return? Crops require different conditions like different climate conditions, temperature, photo period, sunlight, and all these things are required for their growth and completion of life cycle. I think you all have heard all these words except for photo period, and it is the interval in a 24-hour period during which a plant or animal is exposed to light. Now, if we talk about the seasons, then I think you all know that crops are grown in rainy season, then they are known as kharif crops. Whereas if the crops are grown in winter season, then they are called rabi crops. Now, what is rainy season? That is from June to October, whereas from November to April, there is Rabi season. Now, let's see its examples. Example of Kharif crops is paddy, soybean, etc. Whereas that of Rabi crops are wheat, gram, pea, mustard, etc. Now, what are the group of activities that are required for improving crop yields? As you all know, population is increasing, so we have to compensate that effect, and that's why we are studying our chapter improvement in food resources. Now, talking about crops, there are three basic categories for improving crop yield, and these activities are crop variety improvement, crop production management, and crop protection management. Crop variety improvement deals with selecting best type of seeds, whereas crop production management deals with nutrients and water requirement of plant, and crop protection deals with protecting them from various type of pests as well as from abiotic stresses. Firstly, we will discuss about crop variety improvement. Now, the basic question is that how can we improve crop variety? It can be improved by the process of hybridization. Now, what are the factors for which variety improvement is done? It includes higher yield, improved quality, biotic and abiotic resistance, change in maturity duration, wider adaptability, and desirable agronomic traits. Now, what is higher yield? Higher yields generally mean if a field can give us crop of let 20 kg or 30 kg, then by using hybrid seeds, it will give seeds or crop of 50 kg or 60 kg. What is improved quality? As you all know that we eat plants or its products for various nutrients, and if they have improved quality, then they will provide us better nutrition, so our efficiency also gets increased. Then biotic and abiotic resistance, that is one of the most important quality of seeds, as if they are better suited and resistant, then there are less chances of crop failure. Then how does maturity duration affects hybridization and its variety? See, if a plant takes 4 months to get completely mature, then a farmer will have 3 complete cycles in a year. 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. 12 months makes a year. But if its maturity duration is shortened, let it becomes 3 months now, then the farmer will have 4 cycles, as 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is equals to 12. That means a year. So directly the time has shortened and the profit as well as food resources are present in abundant amount. Then wider adaptability. See, if we talk about India, then it is a diverse country. Diverse not only on basis of religion but also on basis of the conditions, temperature, rainfall, and various other aspects. If the seeds are not suited for wider adaptability, then the main issue will be in their dispersal and distribution, as well as different type of seeds of same plant are to be produced so that they can be dispersed to various areas according to their temperature. But if they are wider adaptable, then there is no such issue. Then we come to desirable agronomic characteristics or desirable agronomic traits. Then we see like fruits, fruit trees like mango. Then in them we require profuse branching, as the more amount of branching is there, the more sweet mango will be. Whereas the case is just opposite in for pulses. For pulses, generally a farmer desires short plants so that they will have better quality of seeds and nutrient content also. We have studied why we should do variety improvement and how it can be improved. The term is hybridization. But what is hybridization? See, hybridization is the act of mixing different species or varieties of animals or plants and thus to produce hybrids. And this process is known as hybridization. That is our first topic, that is crop variety improvement. Now we should move to our next topic, that is crop production management. You all know what is production. Production is producing anything. Here we will talk about crops, of course. So depending on the type of farms, there are two type of farms: small farms and large farms, on the basis of their area as well as the type of intake and output they provide to us. Like small farms with less land, less money, less inputs, and of course less yield, whereas large farms have more land, more money. Definitely there will be more input, and more importantly more yield will be there to us. Now we have seen what type of farms are there, but what do plants actually require? Like we require food, so plants require nutrients. There are total 16 nutrients that are required by plants, out of which there are some essential nutrients like carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen, which plant gets from air and water, whereas plant is also dependent on soil for nutrients. These nutrients are classified as macronutrients and micronutrients. There are six macronutrients that are nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and sulfur, whereas there are seven micronutrients that are iron, manganese, boron, zinc, copper, molybdenum, and chlorine. You should also know what is difference between macronutrients and micronutrients. The nutrients that are required in large amount or large quantity are macronutrients, whereas the nutrients that are required in small quantity or small amount are micronutrients. Also, macronutrients, if supplied in deficient amount, then there will be clearly distinguishable and visible symptoms, and the plant will not grow. Whereas if there is deficiency of micronutrients, then the plant will grow but will show certain type of symptoms in it. Now we know what are nutrients and plants get them from soil, but there will be a time when soil also gets exhausted. So how does soil acquire these nutrients? These nutrients are acquired by soil with help of manure and fertilizer. Manure is prepared by decomposition of animal excreta and plant waste. Manure helps in enriching soil with nutrients and organic matter and increasing soil fertility. It increases the water holding capacity in sandy soil. In clay soils, the large quantity of organic matter helps in drainage and in avoiding waterlogging. Using biological material is also a way of recycling farm waste. So manure is kind of the good thing for plant, except for one thing, that the chemical composition of manure is not known, and it constitutes all type of nutrients but in not defined or not in large amount. So we can also use fertilizers. I think you all know fertilizers. They generally supply nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. They are used to ensure good vegetative growth, and they also give rise to healthy plants. Fertilizers, but should be applied carefully in terms of proper dose, time, observing pre and post application precautions for their complete utilization. In case if there is excess fertilizer, then it can lead to water pollution, as it will not be absorbed by plants and soil, and it will act as a runoff during the time of irrigation or during the time of rain. So fertilizers are having some shortcomings or some disadvantages, but there is one advantage also, that they have a large quantity or large amount of nutrients that are required by plants, and also in known composition. So by testing the type of soil and by testing which type of nutrient is short in soil, we can add that type of specific fertilizer. Always make sure that if in excess a fertilizer is used, then it will lead to pollution, and continuous use of fertilizer can also lead to loss of fertility of soil. Now moving to the water part, then plant requires water, and artificial application of water to land to assist in production of crops is known as irrigation. So if we are providing water artificially, only then it will come under the process of irrigation. Now, how can we irrigate our crops? There are various methods like wells. I think you all know what are wells. Wells are generally of two types. Dug wells, as you can see here in picture, that are generally mechanically pulled, and tube wells that are generally work electrically. Then there are canals. Canals are river subsidiaries and they also helps in providing water. Then the third one is river lift system. Don't worry, we are not going to lift any type of river. But in this system, we use this system when there is irregular supply of water by canal, then directly water is taken from lifts by rivers. Then there are tanks. Tanks act as storage for the water during dry season. Other than these four methods, there are some artificial methods like drip irrigation system and sprinkler system. I think you have studied about them also. Drip irrigation system generally supply water in form of drips directly to the roots of plant, and these methods are highly recommended for the areas that are having deficiency of water. Whereas sprinkler systems are used where the surface is uneven. So these two methods can also be implemented for irrigation. As you all know, irrigation, artificial application of water to land to assist in production of crops. I think you all are familiar with all these topics, and these will be the topics for today. Okay? Thank you for listening carefully and thank you for being a patient audience. In next lecture, we will study about topics like cropping patterns and various other topics. Do sure to check portal for various notes, solved question answers as well as unsolved question answers that will be provided to you for your help, guidance and examination also. Thank you once again.